Okay, good morning everybody. Today is plank day, everybody's favorite workout. Whole purpose of doing planks, we want to work on that core. We worked our legs, we worked push-ups the other day, all kinds of variations. We still want to be able to maintain strength in the core, and planks are one of the best ways to do this. Now, let's just make sure that our shoulders are loose, we're ready to go. So we're going to do some stretching. Stretch the shoulders across like this, get a good stretch across the delts and the tricep. Your hand up, stretch this way. Come up the other way. Bring the hand across. Pull the shoulder blades back, pull them together, pull them apart. Pull them together, pull them apart. Get a good stretch this way across the chest. Again, just lean into it. Get that stretch right across the pec here. Try it on the other side. Loosen the shoulders up this way. Get some arm circles. Stretch up overhead. Lean to one side. Lean to the other side. You want to try to make that stretch a little more effective. Take one foot and turn it in a little bit. And you get a little more stretch along here. Then try it on the other side. Remember to keep that shoulder back. You don't want to bring it forward if you can help it. Shoulders back, bring them down. Bend around, roll the shoulders around. Get some mobility in there. All right, again on the legs. Just drop down, forward fold. Make sure that the knees are soft. You don't have to keep them like this. Keep them soft. Just drop down and stretch. Come back up. Get some leg movement. It goes around a little bit. Some circles back and forth. What you want to do is just kind of get the blood flowing, get things loosened up. A little bit of a dynamic stretch there. So when we're doing planks, we're going to be pushing the floor down. Pushing those shoulder blades apart, keeping this tight. Glutes are going to be tight. This is going to be pulled in. Lower abs are going to be pulled in. We're going to push the floor away. So we're going to have some movement in our shoulders. Want to make sure that they're all loose, ready to go. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to progress these. We're going to go from an easy plank to something more difficult. The idea is find the one that you can do, find the next one that you can't do, and drop it back. Push your limit. Hold it as long as you can. Try to hold on to a plank for a minute. When you can do a plank for around a minute, then try something a little more difficult. Continually challenge your core is what we're going to do here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do in a plank, we're just going to get a bench, a chair, something that we can lean against and keep this body tight. Again, a straight line from the sternum all the way down to the ankles. Hold that, push the bench or the chair, or in this case, the love seat, push it away. Keep that body tight, glutes are engaged, this is engaged. Make sure this is engaged. If you're not engaging your core doing these things, you're really just wasting your time. So keep that body tight and relax. Okay, now on our next plank, standard plank, you do them from your arms or from your forearms while you're resting on your elbows. We're going to do it with our knees bent and rest on our elbows. The idea is to keep that body in position as we progress through these plank variations. So we'll show it this way. Come down into this position, body tight. You're going to be resting on your elbows. So the glutes are engaged. This is engaged, straight line from the sternum all the way down to our knees, and hold that position. Then you can hold that comfortably for a minute without overexerting yourself. Come up to this position and hold it. Again, keeping the body tight. And hold that for a minute. In all of these planks, you want to work towards a minute. You don't need to hold a plank for 10 minutes. When you're holding it for 10 minutes, you're really not engaging yourself as much as you need to. There are other more challenging things that you can do, and we'll explore some of those. So, you got your plank here in this position. Holding that plank position for 60 seconds, you're good. Next plank, let's come up here. Again, the body's tight. Shoulders are right above the wrists, and the core is engaged. So we've got our abs contracted. We're pushing down on the floor. We have a straight line from the sternum all the way down to our ankles. The glutes are engaged, and the navel is drawn into the spine. And again, hold that. When you can hold that for 60 seconds, you're starting to master your plank. Now, the next things that we're going to do are going to be a little more challenging in the plank. They're going to involve a little bit of mobility. We're going to walk forward, walk to the side, step to the side, a number of different variations. We're going to lift our leg up, we're going to alternate, we're going to do plank jacks. Well, we'll be in a plank position, and we'll be moving the legs out and back. The idea behind any of these is you want to make them a challenge. If they're too difficult to do here, drop them down. Do them on your forearms. Some people like to do them on their forearms. They think they're harder than doing them up here. Whatever way is going to work for you. But the point is, we want to make sure that we're engaging as much of the core that we can. We're going to be doing a reverse plank, which is a particular favorite of mine, but it will do an awful lot for your core. All right, so once we're in this position, let's get started. So what we want to do, into our plank, and we're going to be in a straight body position, and we're going to lift a leg. So we're here, core's tight, abs are engaged, glutes are engaged, pushing down on the floor, lift one leg, then the other. Okay, 15 each leg. We're still maintaining this plank position. So now we're going to step out with one leg to the side. Okay, so we did 15 on each side. Now, we can do plank jacks, where we put one leg out to the side. Now we're going to do both. Now, if you need to, take a rest. So you see we varied that plank just in leg motion. Lifted one leg, lifted the other. moved them to the side, one at a time, did plank jacks with them. All of that, maintaining shoulder stability, shoulder strength. It works the pecs, it works the back muscles, works the frontal core, works your glutes. So we have a chance to engage a lot of the core muscles just doing a plank like that. Now, there's some things we can do, obviously, in the shoulder end, keeping our feet stationary. We can walk forward, walk back. So let's try that. From plank position, walk forward, walk back. Okay, so we got some forward motion on our shoulders. Again, keeping the core engaged, that allows us to do some things in regard to moving our shoulders in a different way, putting a little more tension on the core, demanding a little more from those core muscles. So just as we move the feet to the side, we can walk to the side with a plank. Let me come over here. We're in a plank position. Walk over. Idea of keeping the body stable at all times. Okay, so we have an opportunity to move sideways while in plank position. Again, you want to make sure this is tight, this is drawn in, glutes are engaged, shoulders are stable. All right, other things we could do from a plank, walk back into a plank position. Let's see, plank rotations, we want to do those. So we'll make sure we have a chance to do those. We're going to do hip rotations. So from a plank, we're going to go back into, in yoga, it's called downward dog. So we're just going to push back into a pike position, come back forward. Pike, and come forward. All right. Into pike, in a plank position, everything's engaged. Push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, while you're in this plank position, one of the things you can do, lift one hand and the opposite foot. One hand and the opposite foot. Feel your back getting a little tight, go back into child's pose. So, a little bit of alternating on the plank like that. Again, get the heart rate up a little bit, movement back and forth, shoulder stability, core stability. All right, now, the next movement we're going to do, just a plank rotation. You could do it from your elbow or up on your hands, either way. But what you want to do, we'll show it from the elbow first. In this position, core tight, rotate. Rotate. Or if you're up in this position, rotate. Okay, 15. Now, if you like, you get into this position, dip the hip. Go into the other hand, dip the hip. Again, back to the plank position, tuck the hip. Okay, relax. Now, the last plank I'm going to show you is a reverse plank. This is one of the more difficult ones. You're going to be back on your hands or on your elbows. The body is going to be facing upward. So that's going to cause you to engage the core. Going to cause you to engage the glutes. You're going to feel it probably in your hamstrings and your quads a little bit. But the idea is lift up, hold that position. So we'll do it from here first. Let's see if we can get a good angle on this. Okay, we're up here. Hold it. You want to make it more difficult? Lift your knee in. And hold that plank position. Keep everything tight. Be sure to breathe, relax. You need to stay in that position. Okay. Now, planks are very fundamental. They engage a lot of core muscles. They're good for shoulder stability. They're good for getting the heart rate up, a little cardio. Get yourself working in that area. Okay, so what we want to do when we're doing these, remember, keep this engaged, glutes are engaged, arms are straight or you're on your elbows, shoulders, are going to be right above the wrists. That body is going to be in a straight line from the sternum all the way down to your ankles. So, that's a plank workout for today. I hope everybody's having a good day. Give it a shot. Find out where you are in terms of doing your plank. Go to your strongest one. Do the hardest one you can. Try the next one. Challenge yourself a little bit. Hold it as long as you can. If you can hold a plank for a minute, make sure you work on the next more difficult plank. So you're continually challenging your body. All right, take it easy. Everybody have a good day. Enjoy yourself. Stay well. Eat well. Be kind to yourself. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care now.